I'm at the Blackmagic stand again, and behind me is probably one of the more interesting aspects of the show to me this year. Apart from the stands, I like to follow just the general advancements in technology. And Blackmagic's done a very good job with their 12G and other aspects, but I'm talking to Bob here. And Blackmagic's also released a number of new different cameras plus new sensors. An amazing, like there's a plethora of product ranges released in the camera area. The new sensors, this great new little form factor camera, and also some very small cameras, in the sort of more professional GoPro type arena. So that's a really good story. So from the top, where you've got their old URSA, which is more of a set camera for people who actually have a proper set with different staff around the camera, to more of the run and gun camera here. And then you've got the small cameras that you can use for crash cams or very difficult positions. And then you've got the old, if you go back to the pocket cameras and the cinema cameras. That's a very good story all the way. You can really grow through the range up into the workflow that you require. So I want to ask Bob, how did this come about? How did this organic growth into this range? What was the idea from Blackmagic to get to this position?
Sure. So the URSA Mini, if you will, it was designed to provide that sort of run and gun ability. That we made an optional shoulder mount that actually clicks into the tripod. You take it off the tripod right onto the shoulder. And that idea came from the original camera design of the production, the cinema camera and the production 4K camera was really designed to be sort of a handheld thing, but people started rigging it out and putting it on shoulders and whatnot. And so Grant and the rest of the team were like, well, we could probably build a better mousetrap for that and give them features that they weren't even expecting, like a touchscreen, flip out. And, we also added this new viewfinder this year that works for both.
That's right, a fantastic viewfinder. Like, I love how this is sort of the right sort of size for run and gun and has the bare minimum to make it very functional, and you can drop on this extremely high grade EVF here. So it gives you a lot of flexibility, and I'm impressed with how much you've really looked at what is happening and designed the cameras to fit well into each of those pockets of production. Really nice. Very impressed, and specifically the new sensor.
Right.
15 stops, 4.6K. How did what pushed Blackmagic to design your own? This is like their own sensor. They designed it from the ground up. That's correct?
Yeah, we've been working on it for a couple of years, and the idea was, the original cinema camera was a 2.5K for HD, so shoot over and you can zoom in. Same concept here. It's 4K, but it's above 4K, so that way you can frame for 4K. And 15 stops of dynamic range. So this way, low light, it's there for everything. Higher frame rates. I mean, that was why the design of the original URSA was designed with the cooling to take that future sensor, whatever that would be. So this is the part of that upgrade pack. In the Mini, where it's available in two different, either the 4K sensor or the 4.6K sensor. So depending on budget and whatnot, then you can go with it. So yeah, this 4.6K sensor, I think, is really going to provide really stunning images that everyone's going to enjoy.
Yeah, well, I think it in terms of, I do feel it. As I look around the range, your competitors had a good story in some ways. Their sensitivity was winning out on you, etc. But you've answered that. You've got an answer to that, and I think it's hard not to, for anyone who's in DOP or anything, not to come back and have another look at Blackmagic and see what they're offering with this 4.6K camera. So thanks for that, and I'd like to just put forward that. Right, this is, I cover cinema, and some of the aspects of NAB are some of the product releases, which are, significant product releases in terms of bringing the whole industry forward. And with this sort of quality at this price point, and the fact that it's all 12G compatible, the latest standards, the latest and the highest capabilities, like the throughput and the performance of all your stuff is the top. It's the top of the line, and we're talking about very cost-effective cameras. So yeah, I'm just proud that you're an Australian company and I'm from Australia.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No. It's interesting to see. sometimes people confuse our pricing with our quality, but that's
yeah,
not
that's
the case.
that's a good point, and I think that's why I like this 4.6K sensor and the 15 stops. I hope puts a stop to that, because it's not. This isn't a toy sensor. This is something you guys have spent. When Grant came up here at the news conference, he really said, "Man, I've put a lot of money into this," and you could see it in his emotion that he's put a lot of his heart into his trust and his effort into getting that sensor out there. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of testing and a lot of blogs and a lot of test footage coming out soon. But anyway, Bob,
yes,
thanks for covering with me at NAB. This is NAB 2015. Bye from now from CineTechGeek.